Hey y'all, I'm sorry, but this is not gonna be a song video today because I just cannot think straight because of my Degrassi Thunderstruck season finale. I I don't even know where to begin with what I didn't like about this season finale, but I'll just start at the beginning because it always makes sense to go into the chronological order. First off, I don't get how they start off the episode with Drew having feelings and they're talking about the thunderstorm and crap for Becky. And I'm just like, what? Wait a minute. What happened to Drew and Claire? Now, I'm not saying they have to have feelings for each other, but wasn't there supposed to be some type of resolve? It was one episode. You think that, if they hooked up and then Claire got heartbroken, there'd be a little bit more time for her to, recover, but no. It was just, I hate you, Drew. I hate you, Drew. There was really no actual solving except for when Drew finally apologized because that's when it got solved. But still, should have been a little bit more better than what they handled it. Most episodes actually, downplay people's emotional, feelings, and they didn't really do that. Just saying. I don't get how Drew is completely going from girl to girl to girl to girl. The only girl Drew hasn't hooked up with is Jenna. Jenna, I mean, are you serious, Drew? Why are you being such a man whore for crying out loud? Like, for real. I don't understand if I could just be, kind of I can't understand what is this kid's deal? You hook up with every single girl in Degrassi. And the one girl you didn't hook up with was the one that had a baby. And then gave her baby up for adoption. Drew, what's wrong with you? Because you had problems. We already know what the first relationship was like. Drew cheated. Then the second relationship was with the cheater. And then they ended up being pretty successful. Then he went to Katie and then went back to Bianca. It was just a giant mess. And I was like, oh my God, I thought Drew and Bianca were supposed to be the outcome. And then it turns out that Drew just ended up dating her and they were supposed to get married. But she just ended up breaking up with him. Yeah, I was very unhappy with that situation, but whatever. We're not gonna talk about that right now. Um, why, Drew? Why? All I gotta say is Drew better have a good relationship with this next girl because if he doesn't, I'm gonna go and make a formal complaint of all the things Drew's done in all his bad relationships, and yet they still keep on throwing him with every single girl in the grassy except for Jenna. Oh, sorry. Now, the next thing, it wasn't really surprising, but I just don't know where these writers were going with this concept. Um, the fact that we had to deal with Tristan and Miles, you know, I thought that was a really nice relationship. I like the relationship. I'll give you guys that. But I thought that the relationship was gonna develop a little bit slower than what we intended it to. What I mean is Tristan just dealt with Mr. Yates being a freaking, well, basically rapist at this point because he basically statutory raped him. Even though it's consensual, it was still bad. And then he finds out later that Mr. Yates actually tried to grope Trist Winston. I knew Yates was bad from the beginning, but I was like, Tristan was gonna have to see the light at some point, and I'm just glad he saw it, but I didn't think it was gonna be a finale. Still. I don't I honestly hated that relationship. That was the worst freaking relationship ever. I don't understand Tristan at all when it comes to Degrassi because he's one of those characters. I'm just like, why do I even bother to watch? Because you only bring nothing but negative. Yeah, he's a good person, but half the time he's a jerk to his friends, and it's just sad. And then you have Maya over there, trying to help him out. He's complaining to her because he thinks that she's taking his true love away from him when she's just telling him that this dude's a rapist and he's done bad things. And trust me, you'll be the next victim in his little, well, who should I victimize next? Tristan. because he's young and predictable. He doesn't know. Sorry.